What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing this. It is a S&B cold air intake for a Ram 1500. We've got the 2016 Rebel in the shop here, and I've seen a lot of videos with people making some pretty good power out of just these intake kits, so I'm really excited to get it installed. Let's go. All right, let's get this show started. You're going to start with taking out the old intake, of course. You're going to want to unplug your sensor there, and then your bolt right here that holds the factory intake. You can use a flathead for this, or you can use an 8mm. I'm gonna go for the 8mm because I just had a monster and my hands are all shaky, so I probably wouldn't be able to keep that flathead in there. Next, we're gonna move over to the box and open this bad boy up just like we are changing the air filter. Two little clips. I'm getting too excited. I think that's it. That's it. Okay. 4 little clips. That's gonna come off there. We've already got this side loose. And we'll just take this little recirc PCV hose off of there. I need a little screwdriver help. Go. Need access right here, so we'll pop off the cover. That's just held on by a couple rubber grommets. Gives us nice clear access to this guy. Alright, so I pulled the panel filter out, and it gives you access to these little guys that I'm going to spray just a little bit of WD-40 on, make them a little more compliant when I go to pull this out here. Now you just grab in here with both hands and give it a little wiggle, straight up with it. Pretty straightforward. Alright, now in order to make room for the new airbox, which is quite a bit larger, we're going to take this plastic mount off, and there's 2 bolts right here, and they are 13mm. 2 more screws, one here and here, and these go through the fender liner. Those are 8mm, and you can get to them in the wheel well. Drop down in here, and you can see those guys right there. Bad news, but this thing has 2 more bolts under the fender well, so you got to take out all these, not all of them, but most of them. These are 8mm along here, and then when we pry this down, you can see there's one and there's one. So I think those are the last 2. This thing has a ton of bolts. When you are replacing these, putting them back in there, be very careful not to over tighten them, because they are just these little thin metal clips that are behind here, and you don't want to strip them out or damage them. Okay, so now that we have all of the bolts removed, this comes out. That's one extremely secure airbox bracket. Look at all that room. Gosh, we could put a giant turbo down there. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Now that we got plenty of room in here, we'll drop this gigantic new airbox in. Too bad. Now they do give you a new bolt to secure it to the fender here. This is same as factory, it's 13mm. It's got a nice rubber grommet, so that vibrations and things aren't going to make it loose over time, which is great. Too crazy with tightening this guy. Take a peek down here and you'll see that they have holes to reattach that fender liner to the airbox. Those are the last two bolts that we took out. The kit comes with two bolts that they supply, and these guys are 11 millimeters each. To tighten this one, you gotta have probably pretty long arms, or a friend. That would be, as always, very helpful. Now on the airbox, you'll notice there's a big hole right here, and it comes with this plug. I'm gonna put it in because it's there, and if you put this plug in, it's only gonna draw in cool air from the snorkel down here. So I'm gonna throw it in. I guess if you wanted more flow, you can leave it out, but I don't know, you'd probably pull in more warm air from the engine bay. Really up to you. I'm sure they don't make it solid for a reason. I guess it's your choice. Okay, so if you're gonna put this in, 100% put it in before it's sitting in the truck. That was a pain in the butt. And now that we've finished tightening the two bottom ones, we can go ahead and remember to tighten this top one. Up next, we're gonna swap out this sensor that we unplugged at the beginning. And in order to pull this out of the OEM intake, you're gonna twist it to the left, like that, and then just wiggle it straight out. Boom, there you go. And then there's a nice plug already here where you can fit that guy right in there. Remember that breather line we disconnected earlier? It's time to take it off the rest of the way. Oops. There we go. That just pops off. There's no clamps or anything on these because they're not pressure lines, so it's okay to just put them on there and snug them down. They're fine. Alright, so grab your new line and just plop it down on there. Alright, now before I get too carried away with the intake tube, I'm going to put the filter down in here because there's not a ton of room with this giant filter in this box. So I'm going to make sure my clamp is facing up so I can get to the nut to tighten it. I'm probably going to want to lift this guy up a little bit as well. WD-40 just makes everything easier, you know? Before you tighten down on the throttle body there, go ahead and pop your filter on and get it over the lid. Make sure it's where you want it. It's good. And then drop it down on the throttle body. And again, these guys are 8 millimeters, just like the factory ones. And then remember too, when we pulled the clip off this sensor, the tab that locks it was facing down. Now, I'm not sure if that sensor is directional or not, but I went ahead and made sure that it was facing down because that's the way it was on the factory intake. Now we'll take our breather line and attach it to the intake at the bottom here. We are in the home stretch now. We're about to put the glass preview window in, but first Gotta lay this little rubber gasket down. Just like that. It's looking pretty good. And then we have 4 little Phillips screws that attach this guy on here. I don't have a Phillips head screwdriver on me. Make sure you put all these in here finger tight before you start tightening any of them down, because you do have to move this glass around a little bit, or plastic, to get them all lined up. So don't over tighten them. It is just plastic after all. And it's not like this thing's gonna go anywhere, even if it did come loose. That's it. Job done. Check it out. The finished product. Looking pretty good, I must say. Now, I didn't put the plastic cover back on because it was just super tight, and I had to. I would have to push this down, and I didn't want to put weird angles on it and stuff like that. So, but that looks fantastic. For a quick test drive, I've got to go to Lowe's anyways. So let's see what this new intake sounds like. I'm excited. I'm about to be free. Speed limit's 55 on this road, so we'll get a 0 to 55 full throttle. That comes up quick. Not bad. I think that sounds pretty good. That's it, guys. We are all done. I think that whole job probably took 45 minutes, and that's with me filming the whole thing. So this shouldn't take you more than 30 or so minutes in the driveway. But if this helped you, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Or you'll see me. People will be seen. Take care.